I would guess that many of us pray to God for a context change in our life. I think some of us are probably in a situation that you keep praying and praying and praying, God, I need you to change this. And sometimes he answers those prayers. Sometimes he does not. He continues to go back to, I love you, I care about you, and no one can ever take me from you. All the other stuff we go after in this world, all those other things we chase, those can be taken at any moment for lots of different reasons. But your relationship with me, no one can touch it. It's yours. And you and I are going to move through this life, move through contexts. Some through history have had much harder contexts than ours. Some of you are going through things that no one even knows about. But the context, no matter what it is, God is saying, I got you. I love you, and I'm with you. For me, a year ago, I was praying a prayer like that. I had this prayer. I was waking up in the middle of the night and just, here's how it started. It's a little embarrassing, so go with me for a second. I had this dream about getting a shot. Imagine that. I don't know why last year I would have dreamed that. But I had this dream, and I ran to the bathroom, and my mind just went crazy, and I passed out onto the floor. It was painful. Everything about it hurt. But something in my brain got jacked up. And so I kept waking up night after night after night, and I would be walking around my house just in this panic, going, God, I need you to take this away. I need you to take this away. I'm praying and praying and praying, and hours are going by every night, and I can't fix whatever is happening in my head. I finally decide to go to a counselor. And I'm talking to the counselor, and she starts explaining to me how the brain works, which was a fascinating conversation. And she was saying how the right and the left brain talk, and there's this circle that goes through your brain. But what happens is, if you have this fight or flight moment with something, you get a fear of some kind, your brain creates a little barrier around it to protect, because you're always in survival mode. Your body's always surviving. So it puts this little thing around it so that you now jag it around it, but you still complete the circle. It just has to keep going around this barrier. But here's the problem. That barrier keeps getting bigger and bigger, because at first it was the shots, but then it was even going into a doctor's office at all. I'd be like, if you said I'm going to the doctor, I would be in fear mode. Then it was going to the hospital, and as a pastor, I had to go to the hospital all the time, and I would walk in the front door, and that beautiful smell of the hospital would whiff through my nose, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. It was awful, and it kept getting worse. And then something on TV, and I would see anything about the body, doctors, shots, and there was a lot of it on TV. And so it was a constant fight or flight mode. And so that bubble that my brain is moving around is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And she's telling me, if you don't deal with that, your brain is going to continue to figure out ways around it, but it messes you up. And so I go, okay. So she takes me through this training exercise. So I have to tap. I'm not condoning this. I have no idea if this is how it works. But I do this tapping on my legs, and I'm tapping right and left, and it's a mimicking of this circle. And I'm going, doing the circle. And she says, okay, now, while I'm doing it, why are you scared of shots? I'm like, I'm not scared of shots. I'm a big guy, all right? That tiny little prick in the arm, I just feel stupid that it's even a subject we're talking about. And she goes, okay, why do you feel stupid? I go, well, I could fight anybody. I'll fight somebody right now. So to be like, it's just embarrassing that this would even be an issue. And she goes, okay, why are you embarrassed? And I go, well, I am a pastor. I'm not really supposed to be living in fear. Like, this is a weird thing that a pastor would be going through. She goes, okay, why is that a problem? I'm like, as a pastor, I'm supposed to be better than everybody else, right? No, that's not what I said. I said it like this. I said, I can't understand why God wouldn't answer my prayer. This seems like something that he would respond to, and I don't know if he cares. And then I started crying, because I realized I had gone down a rabbit hole that so many people go down. And its rabbit hole is pleasing God instead of obeying God.